from January to March 2018, there was about 2.5 million posts in that quarter that were either removed or flagged. As you come up to July, September 2019, it went up to 7 million. And then in January, March this year, 9.6 million. But look at April, June 2020, according to its own publication, that they've taken down 22.5 million. So it's a big jump from 2.5 million in 2018 to 22.5 million in April, June, the latest quarter for which data is available. And also we spoke about artificial intelligence and the use of machine learning techniques, and whether hate content is being reported by users, or are Facebook machines and their fact-checking desk catching the content itself. So let's just show that to you next on our screen right now. And what you will see is how the content that is being flagged by users is actually coming down, and the content that Facebook claims it's finding itself is coming up. So this bluish green is the content that's been reported by users first. This yellow is the content that's been flagged by Facebook's own systems first. So on top is 2018. As you can see, about 2 years ago, more content is being reported by users that's been taken down, and that blue as a proportion keeps coming down, so much so in the second quarter of 2020, about 95% of the content, according to Facebook's own data, was taken down by Facebook itself. So it's not as if users had to report it. Facebook claims they took down the content themselves. So clearly, if this is correct, it suggests that Facebook is increasing very substantially, going up to 22.5 million posts last quarter, the number of posts being taken down. And secondly, that instead of relying on users doing this, they claim that they're doing it themselves on their own platform. Kanchan Kaut, is that a perception you share on the outside, that they're becoming more vigilant, they're taking down more content, or do you think there's still a lot more that needs to be done?
There's definitely a lot more that needs to be done.
What more specifically?
So basically, Facebook has come into this whole game a little late. They've woken up a little late to the fact that their posts are creating trouble. But before I go into whether there is a lot more to be done, what we seem to be forgetting here is that Facebook is a platform. Just like television is a platform, social media is a platform. So there was a time when we went about saying how television is going to ruin the youth of this country, how our culture is going to be lost, how everything else is going to be lost. But we've grown since then. And this is a new medium. We still haven't learned how to deal with it. So even on television, all of you have your own, all television channels have their own ways of functioning. No one tells you what stories to carry and what not to carry. It's the same thing with social media. Right now, it is going through a tumultuous time. And more than anything else, it's a reflection of what's happening in the society. So once that settles down is when you're going to see probably some quiet. But what does Facebook need to do? It needs to flag a lot more content. It needs to clarify their policies, because their policies are a little muddied. If you talk about what they announced even last week, where you were talking that you were just mentioning that they announced a new policy last week, and that was about opinion articles being exempt from being flagged down. But they said that opinion articles that are based on wrong information will be flagged. Now, so all of this is something that they will evolve as they go along. But they have to bring clarity to their policy.
Rahul Roshan, your suggestions as we conclude on what